Hi guys, my name's Mark Grisdale, just down here today on the beautiful Menai Straits. Let's take a look. Just here today to record a quick video just for those people who are interested in starting up sea fishing. I'm just going to run through the basic setup of the equipment, what bait we've got, and then I'm going to go through the casting technique. Hopefully then we're going to be catching some of our target species, the dogfish, and then we're going to be catching and releasing. Okay then guys, so here we've just got a basic 12-foot beach casting rod, okay, which we're going to be using today for the Menai Straits. I'll just put that aside for 1 second and just talk you through what else we've got. We've got our basic rig here, the 2-hook flapper, and then we've got our rod stand and of course our basic fixed spool reel. Okay, so this is our 2-hook flapper here. Okay, so just at the top here we've got the swivel, which is attached to the rig. The rig is which is the 2-hook flapper, and then basically the line that's coming off your rod will be tied to this bit here. So then the whole rig, the 2-hook flapper, will be attached to your rod and reel. Okay, so if we just move down the line a bit, okay, as you can see, just got some wire crimps there, okay, and in the middle of the 2 beads we've got another swivel coming off onto our first hook. Just up the top there we've got a sparkly little bit of glitter because that'll attract fish, and then we've got a size 10 hook. Okay, if we just move a bit further down the line, it's exactly the same setup. 2 wire crimps, 2 beads, another swivel going down with a sparkly bit there as well, and another size 10 hook. Okay, if we just move to the bottom of the 2-hook flapper, as you can see, we've got a weight clip there. Does exactly what it says on the tin. It's got your weight on the bottom. The weight we'll be using today is a 4-ounce. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you the basic setup of our rod. Okay, so we're just going to get our rod. We're just going to stick this end into this end there. We're just going to put that in. Okay, we're just going to make sure these things here, called the eyes of the rod, are all lined up equally. So just look straight down the rod, and if you can see straight down, that's perfect, okay? Just show you a front view of it, just like that, so you can see. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to get your reel. You're just going to go and slot it, the bottom bit, into there. Make sure that bit sits in the top. Then we're going to get the bottom bit and just tighten that as tight as possible so that your reel doesn't fall off any time during fishing, especially when you're casting out. So here we go, that's nice and tight. So what we're going to be doing next is going to be getting our line. Just take that off there, off the hold, okay. Here on the reel we've got something called the bail arm, okay. So the bail arm, which I'm going to tell you about a bit later on, it lifts up and down, okay, it's a very important part of your reel. It's very important part, especially when casting. So what we need to do is just need to put the wire underneath the bail arm, okay, so it's like that, so that when we come to reel in, all the line goes back around the reel. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to lift up the bail arm, and we're just going to thread the wire through all of the eyes. Okay, once you've done that, get enough line off, flick your bail arm back over, and then place your rod back onto your stand. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to get the line, which we've threaded through the eyes of the rod, and we're going to put it through the top of the swivel. Okay, so we're just going to place that through there. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it between 4 and 6 times. So that's 3, 4, 5, okay, and then we're just going to put the line back through the little hole on the bottom there, if you can see that. Then once it comes through the bottom, just going to grab that line, pull it, pull the swivel, and that knot becomes tight. That is known as a blood knot. Okay guys, so once you've got your rod set up and you've got your 2-hook flapper set on with your nice blood knot at the top, what you need to do next, you need to get some bait on these hooks, okay? So what I'm going to be using today, I've got some lovely pieces here of razor fish. This is what a whole one looks like. We went and collected these yesterday. Right, so what you need to do, you need to get these razor fish. Just want to get your first hook. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're just going to thread that through the top bit, turn the bait around and then put it through the bottom bit and just nicely lift it onto your hook. Okay, so you've got your bait sat like that on your hook. Get your second piece, exactly the same, on your bottom hook. Just going to thread that on again, thread that through there again onto your hook, nicely just sat on like that. Okay then guys, so now we're all set up, we've got our bait on, we've got our rod set up, we're going to go on to casting. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to talk you through what we need to do when we're casting. So, as I mentioned earlier, we've got the bail arm here, very important when casting. So what we need to do, we're going to flick the bail arm over, okay, and what you'll find is that your line wants to go, because the weight on the end of your 2-hook flapper wants to go straight down and hit the floor. So what we're going to do is just going to get the line, and we're just going to put it against the rod there and hold it. Okay, so I'm going to walk over to by here. So as you can see, I've still got my finger on the line there. What we need to do is we're going to go through and we're just going to do a nice little gentle flick over, and as we do that we're going to release our finger and let the line go. So it's a simple action, just like that. Okay, what you want to do is just let your weight hit the bottom of the sea so your line stops coming out, and then just flick your bail arm back over. Reel in any slack line that you have. Place your rod onto the stand and you're set. All you've got to do is just wait for a bite. Okay guys, as you can see, it looks like we've got a good bite on here. Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, I'm just going to pick up the rod. Just going to feel when it's biting. If we watch the end of my rod, so I think the fish is on. I'm just going to strike into it. I'm just going to bring that in. As you can see, the fish has come right in. Okay then guys, as you can see, we've caught our target species today. We've caught the dogfish. So I'll just bring this over for you to have a look at. This one's quite a big size, probably about 3.5 pounds. Okay, so you see he's nicely hooked just through the mouth there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab hold of him, just going to push down on the hook there. Just so I'll pop that out nicely. Now, to be careful when you catch these, because I'm not actually sure, you can probably hear his skin rubbing up against my jacket. They're like sandpaper, alright? That's a beautiful specimen, and he is going straight back in. Pause it, still recording. Okay, just give a nice chip out, and then swim back in.
Born free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows.